You came hard. He definitely got him on that. He came with the cojones.
Hey everybody, Uncle Gary here, and today we're going to talk about Japanese automakers in off-roading, presented by 4Wheel Parts. Subaru wasn't always the all-wheel drive powerhouse that you know it as today. They actually started in the 1970s with their first car known as the Subaru Leone. Released in 1972, the Leone became the top-selling car in the world, and all that led to the birth of the all-wheel drive system, which is the standard for Subaru today. Subaru wasn't the only one in the rat race trying to get into the all-wheel drive 4x4 market. A company by the name of Suzuki developed their first 4x4 system in 1968 and then later in production in 1970 known as the LJ10. Now when Suzuki brought their truck here to America, it was no longer the LJ10, it became the Samurai, and it was the first truck of its kind to have full customization. And now for eons, people have been customizing their cars with all sorts of parts, which means you can get anything, anytime you want from 4Wheel Parts. That's right, they are the leaders in everything that you would need to customize your off-road vehicle. Lights, suspension, sound, and they will install it for you then and there if need be. So don't be stuck on the road while you're on the road off-roading.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of This Verse That Off-Road. Now, the reason that we can put on such an insane show is because of our good friends at 4Wheel Parts who believe in this kind of insanity. So, today's matchup, pretty wicked.
We got a Samurai that's raced the most grueling race in the United States called King of the Hammers. It's absolutely insane. So that vehicle is proven. The other one, on the other hand,
Yeah, not so much. Basically freshly built, kind of ridiculous.
it's gonna get interesting.
Yeah.
Mild versus wild.
Let's go check it out. All right, we've got a favorite of Ron Carr and mine, especially when jamming through Mexico.
We just want to see birds.
Sir, please introduce yourself to the people and tell us what you have brought.
My name's Nick ABEYTA, and I brought a 1988 Suzuki Samurai.
Oh yeah, bud. Notoriously very small engines, about the size of what you'd find in a motorcycle, but stout. So what are we packing for power, and what are some of the mods you got going on here?
Engine's bored out 20 thousandths over, high compression pistons. It's 1.3 liter, and it still makes just about factory horsepower.
Okay, so you bored it out, put some mods on it, still makes 65 horsepower.
Yep.
Whatever, man, as long as it gets you through the day. So at first glance, I see there's obviously some fancy suspension bits on here. What's done to the front end on this?
A little bit. So we've got Jeep YJ springs on this thing. We've got Fox 2.0 8.5-inch shocks, pulling about 8 inches of travel. And then all four corners, we've got King 2.0 bump stops also.
The front diff in these is like really small, right? So what's the size on it?
I believe it's a 7.5-inch ring gear on this thing.
And then what's it geared to?
I forget. I'm pretty bad with gearing, but I think it's 457s in this.
So that little 1.3 liter is just screaming.
This thing's just redlined the whole time. If it had a tack, it'd be redlined.
Nice. And then what's the wheel and tire package on this?
I got some discount special D windows, and then some 31-inch BFG Cam 3s.
NASCAR spec. Okay.
Yep.
We're going for speed, baby.
Better, stronger, faster.
All right, so walk us through what's done in the interior here.
Interior, our buddies at Bent, they hooked us up with a pretty sick switch panel. Every switch has a corresponding circuit breaker instead of fuses. So if we're racing, we're out in the desert, something blows, something shuts off, we just press the reset button, everything comes back.
And then seats?
Seats, we got some PRP Pro Comp Elite with PRP harnesses as well.
Nice, this thing's like strictly business.
Yeah. But it's fully convertible. Like everything unbolts out of here, and we can put full doors, top back on it, go drive it on the street.
Well, I'm actually excited to see what this thing can do, especially through the whoops, because the short wheelbase is probably not going to do you well. Let's go look at something with a little bit longer of a wheelbase. It's probably going to do better in the whoops.
The Subaru community never fails to surprise me, and this Subaru Legacy, when it pulled up, looks like something your mom might have taken you to soccer practice in. Who are you, and why did you decide to build this Subaru Legacy into an off-road rally car?
Yeah, so my name's Jimmy CROOK, aka Project Wagon on Instagram. I originally picked up this vehicle for $1,500.
Soccer mom?
It was actually an old delivery vehicle out in Texas. It did deliver mail at one time. When I got it, I popped the hood. I saw a USPS sticker. I was like, I found my thing. We went all out last year for SEMA, built it at Kaiju Motorsports, and here we are today.
All right, this is one of the cleanest engine bays that I have seen on this versus that so far. It doesn't even look like you've driven it off-road.
I really do wish I can take the credit for this beautiful work, but Brian Camacho at Kaiju Motorsports is actually the builder, and he's the one that did all the work. And I just kind of did the vision on the vehicle, and I'm gonna let him hop in and take it over.
Is that this man right here?
Yes, it is.
Good, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
So if you're the man behind this, tell me what's up. I know these Subarus make power. They're flat fours, very similar to like my buggy Dorf world. And these things run like a top.
Yeah.
So what'd you do to her?
So we started out with the JDM EJ205 engine and then took the drivetrain out of an 02 WRX. We kept the internals actually stock on this, but we decked out everything around it from twin scroll turbo kit, Blausch turbo, gotta have the HKS blow-off valve, and you know, just made it something that was very clean, but very functional.
Torque, horsepower, boost numbers, what we got?
We're at about 22 PSI on this.
Okay.
I'm making around 400 horsepower.
400?
About 300 foot-pounds of torque.
To the tire?
To the tire on a hub dyno.
Front chassis, front suspension, run me down on this. It's all powder coated beautifully. I see you got a coilover up front. What's controlling this suspension for this track?
So on this vehicle, there's a company called Raceworks. They focus on Subarus. They hooked us up with these coilovers on this build. We went with TSS Fab. They did all of our subframe, our lower control arms, and then Ryan 661 Customs did all our powder coating. The bumper was actually done by a local guy in Vegas. First time he's ever done a bumper on this vehicle.
Off-road,
yeah, MF
off-road
spec.
dude?
Yeah, he's an off-road guy. He builds not trophy trucks, but Rangers and stuff like that. We drew up a sketch from Brian's Tacoma, and then he knocked it out of the park. So we're running the BFG 235 75 15s. I'm excited to finally put this thing to use. All our followers have been saying, when are we going to see some testing videos? So I'm excited. The first time we're testing it is going to be on this show.
What a platform to either make it or break it.
Either way, we're going to have a good time.
Everything looks like it's from the 98 period, the era.
Momo steering wheel. Dash is still original, still has holes in it from my version of Project Postal. And then Ian's upholstery did our headliner. He did our seats in the rear to match the Cusco front seats.
All suede, I like
All suede,
it.
yes.
And then everything else is basically stock, except for now it has a manual transmission versus an automatic.
Correct. Yes, it used to be automatic, add a third pedal, ready to hit it.
Let's hope you guys did your homework and this test today goes well.
We'll find out shortly.
Here's the deal. I'm not a big Subaru guy, okay? So I'm gonna go with the Samurai. We'll see what happens.
I love me a Samurai, but really short wheelbase. The Subaru guy, I'm gonna go for the rookie, no experience, just full send mentality. So I'm gonna give it to the Subaru.
I was gonna use like the JDM thing because I'm JDM, but I think they're both JDM. Suzuki Samurai. Subaru's more off-road.
I'm going Subaru due to the sheer power these boys put into that flat four.
That Samurai may have a sewing machine for a motor and be on 31s, but they're here to bring the heat. Team Samurai all day.
Much as I love Suzuki Samurais and they were in Power Rangers Turbo, I'm going with the Subaru.
Blake, what is the secret to skating across the top of whoops?
Picking them up and dropping them on the gas pedal.
Big.
the Sammy though, dude. I did not expect that. He had 2 cars on him.
Yeah, dude. What do you think? We give Sammy the hit and a little
Sammy
lead?
already had the hit on that one.
Yeah.
You want me to do the bush?
I'd give him the bush.
Okay.
All right,
Give
give
him
him
the bush.
the bush.
I am here. I'm just a little bush.
Man, you got the jump. Looking good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to even this out a little bit. You're going to get a little bit of a head start, and then he's going to follow behind.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. It's right-hand drive.
Hell yeah, brother.
Right on. Hey, but look, dude, you came hard. Here's what we're gonna do. See where Blake's standing? We call that the bush. So by the time he gets there, Blake's gonna drop hand, and then you can go. We wanna see a real fair race. Cool. All right, rock and roll.
This right here, this is what we're referring to when we mean the bush.
Get up. Damn, he definitely got him on that.
This off-road shit is crazy.
Uh-huh.
There's no more like, oh, in this first 60 foot, you got him. Like, you got to just commit the whole way.
Doesn't matter sometimes here.
I thought I gave him too much. At first I was like, damn,
Yeah,
I really
I saw
screwed
that.
that
You know
guy.
what? He came with the cojones.
Big ones.
You gave a valiant effort. That's right, yeah. But man, you know, that 65 horsepower just couldn't compete with the 400 the other guy's packing. I heard that. Is the Subaru driving still? I don't think it is. I don't even hear it.
Well,
I think that you are the real winner today.
You get to drive home.
Might just drive this home on the street.
There you go. Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming out, brother.
Who's the real winner in this situation?
Like, he almost front flipped.